Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Wonderworld, our superhero mega teen ultra extravaganza. That feels right. Dab. Thank you for joining us here tonight, taking your I'm sure important Thursday evening to or whatever time of the day you're watching our YouTube or VOD to play along with us. We've got some stuff happening in places. We had over the last week, we had the last episode of, I guess first and foremost, last Thursday, we had our first episode of a series we are calling Matropony. There are no horses involved in it. PWN, there we are playing video games, Savannah and I, and sowing marital discord along the way. We're going to be playing crappy games and talking about them and ragging on them, so it should be fun. Or not so crappy games and finding reasons to rag on them and make fun of them. But anyway, so we are doing that. On Wednesday, which was yesterday, we had our very, very late boy stream of Cyberscape, or recording of Cyberscape, the podcast. Go up on iTunes and Castbox. You can find links to that on our Twitter or through our website, ggk.smvi.co. That is episode 7. Like I said, it was very late, and we will be doing the next episode will be going up next Wednesday to make up for it. So back-to-back weeks of Cyberscape going up. And then this Saturday, we have our next session of Lords of Misrule, which will be at 3 o'clock Eastern time. And we will be continuing our show of mobsters and monsters, D&D, in case you haven't seen it. It's a lot of fun, and you can go check it out if you haven't seen any of the episodes. They're all up on YouTube. And last but not least, we have our brand new season of Wild Space that will be starting next Monday at 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on Game Nights. It's going to be our season 2 of Wild Space, new heroes or not so heroes and adventures and monsters and all sorts of fun stuff. So you can check that out. Come watch. And if you haven't seen season 1 of Wild Space and you don't know what's going on, all that is up on YouTube, and you can check that out there. And that is youtube.com/Game Nights. I think that's everything we have going on right now. As always, check out our Twitter. I don't know why I'm talking like this, but for any other updates or things you might have or questions you might have for us. Last but not least, because I was going to forget about this again, check out our Stream Elements store. We have some new masks purchases that you can make to spend XP on if you want to engage in the adventure. Okay, so that's all I got. If nobody else has anything, we'll go ahead and get started. Nope. All right. So, on with the show. We begin our scene with me hitting my mic stand on cue. We see a man holding a microphone standing outside of the Sacramento courthouse. He twitches sporadically, but continuously resets back to a resting position. We pan out, away from the paused monitor, over a dozen more. Some show futuristic skylines, some swirling fields of snow and ice outside of a massive crater, while others are dark and static. We pan over one of the monitors, which displays 4 familiar masked faces in a silverish room. The monitor is paused and zoomed in over a hole forming in the wall, where an ambiguous figure looms, shrouded in darkness. We pull out, away from the monitor, where a man sits in a black swivel chair. He leans in, the metal implants on his skin reflecting in the low light, and says a single word. Unexpected. And now we're going to pick back up in the dramatic shit. We come back to those four figures standing in this room. The bomb has just been deactivated. That was set to blow up the entire city. And we see the four of you looking away from this device at a figure who has just entered the room, this dark, shadowy, ambiguous form, these tendrils of shadow coming off of him, sort of swarming around the structure, eyes opening across the dark surface, and other vague shapes beginning to form out of the mass. We have Fantasia, Facet, Perennial, and Lambast all in this room, engaging this figure. And these forms, as they come out of the ground, you see other sort of humanoid shapes take kind of smaller and larger and distorted, take shape out of the darkness and begin to rush at you. What do you do?
Well, I believe we established last time that my first move is to make sure everyone's behind me.
Yes. So you're standing in front of them, sort of arms outstretched at a defensive position. So is this a move? I've been playing too much Dungeon World. I don't remember if there's a defend move.
Defend someone? That's a thing I can do.
There is. So yeah, let's go ahead and roll to defend someone.
All right, let's see how this goes. Ooh, a 10.
10. Awesome.
So lucky. I have plus nothing to Savior.
All right. So with a 10 on a hit, you keep them safe and you choose one. You can add a team to the pool, take influence over someone you protect, or clear a condition. We're going with the same team that we had in the pool last game because This is sort of picking up from the same event. I don't think it would be right for me to reset it.
How much team do we have?
5.
Huh, well, I think I'm going to take influence over, I don't know, Ian?
Okay. You take influence over Ian as Perennial steps forward. Well, describe to me how you're defending them, or kind of what the scene is here.
Well, basically whatever this thing is like all huge and spreading out darkness throughout the whole area. So Perennial grew up to match them in size, like throughout roots and sort of like blooming bioluminescent fungi to be like, what? Toe to toe with them. And then when they attacked, basically spreads out their body, like just grows out wide so that hopefully none of the baddies can get past them, and whatever hits happen to Perennial.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's what you grow this protective bark that spreads out, and the roots kind of intertwine together to form this shield in front of you that kind of domes outwards in this concave shape, and all of these dark forms hit and then splatter like ink against your tree growths. And those of you that are on the other side can see this like splattering of substance kind of leaking over the top, but you are protected and you're safe in that moment. And Null Point pulls back and the shadows sort of retract inwards into more of a, like, I guess you can tell that they're kind of surveying the situation, and some of the tendrils are forming into like more discrete, like pointed, jagged shapes, like they're going for more of a direct attack. Those of you that are on the inside, what are you doing?
I would like to charge up my powers so I can use my burn.
Okay.
It is for me. I roll something. Plus conditions marked, which is 3.
Oh, geez.
Yep. And I roll terrible still.
Well,
I rolled an
it's a big
8.
success. Yeah.
So I hold 3 burn and mark a condition. It's going well
Okay.
for me over here.
Well, you'll do even better next time.
I now have 4.
Okay, so you stand there, kind of center yourself, and begin to charge up this sort of flame like the pink or purplish energy kind of forming on you and taking
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
sinister.
The more, especially this time, because I have so many conditions marked. I think the more Olivia does this, the more like fire it starts to look.
Yeah,
But it's
I
purple.
like it.
That's the purple.
Okay. What about Lambast and Bassett?
Is there like so we came in through a door. I can't remember. Is there any sort of like control panel or anything to that door?
No, not from the inside.
Okay.
It's just smooth metal all the way around, except for the like monitors on the other side of the room that Zeitgeist was speaking to you through, and then this big now inert bomb in the center of the room.
Okay. Need just an extra second. Ian, do you want to go?
Sure. I want to try and rip out the bomb casing and chuck it at Null Point.
Seems safe. Okay. I think that would be a. I don't know if that's a directly engage or more of a unleash your powers, because you're more like using your superpower to directly overcome this
Yeah,
obstacle.
and I mean, I think there's one of the things in Unleash Your Powers about reshape your environment. Which
Yeah.
this feels more like.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, so go on a roll to unleash your powers.
Yep. Which is what I'm less good at. But we'll see how this goes. That's a 7. So on a hit, you do it. On a 7-9, mark a condition, or GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
Okay. And so you were essentially trying, or so I guess, which one are you marking the condition, or do you want the unstable or temporary?
Let's see, I think I'll go ahead and mark angry, because I was very angry at Zeitgeist for nuking the city, and now I'm throwing that nuke at this guy.
Yes.
I don't know how that will keep this from being unstable or temporary, but Ian is very angry.
Yeah, so let's so you reach up and you find a metal panel on the side of this like black obelisk or the seemingly like smooth surface, and you find some like rivets in it and seams, and you rip off a big panel, exposing all these wires and intricate technology underneath, not setting it off, thankfully, but you then I guess hurl the sheet of metal over this now wall of wood and plant growth in front of you, and it sails flipping end over end, and then kind of slams directly on top of Null Point on the other side of the room. As happens, the shadows kind of like fog on the ground kind of disperse outward for a moment, and then sort of begin to reform inwards, and Null Point reshapes, standing on top of this for a moment. But I think the kind of effect here is getting this sort of you get that sensation seeing through this fence in front of you of this incorporeal form that that this creature takes, and you sort of realize there's no like physical body there. And so I think that's you don't necessarily damage him, but that insight I think comes with your success on that roll. And sort of reshaping your environment, or your perception of the environment around you. Do you have any ideas, Facet?
Well, now that the casing is removed from the bomb, I'm wondering if there's any sort of like energy coming off of it, maybe radiation, and if there is, maybe I could suck it up.
I like that. So I'll say yes. I think it's inert, and as he pulls off the panel, I think you see through the wires and stuff. You can see something still glowing, like deep in the center of this this mesh, this like hive of wires, essentially snaking their way through that. And you see there's some sort of energy inside that you're unsure exactly what it is.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, knowing that she maybe can't disarm the bomb, yeah, I was just gonna try to diffuse it by sucking some of its powers.
Okay, so
I
you're
was
going.
gonna absorb the energy. It's one of
Okay.
my powers.
Then I'll say unleash your powers is the appropriate roll here, and then maybe you'll gain some bonuses later on by if you succeed well enough on this roll.
All right, let's see. That's a 12. Love it.
Damn. All right. So,
Sorry.
that you okay? So, yeah, you do it. So you reach your hand through the tangle of wires here, placing it on some sort of device at the center, which is very, very cold. And your fingers go numb almost instantly upon touching it. However, you then begin to pull this energy inward, and there is a pull to it. Like it takes some doing, but in this moment with the adrenaline going, you feel this energy kind of like siphoned off from the device into you. And again, you aren't sure what this is, like what this power is, but it is now coursing through you, and you all watch as Facet is now just wreathed in blue flame, and the glow from the device is now gone. It's now inert.
Oh man.
And I think something else very unexpected happens in this moment. Lucas, how do you arrive?
Well, I know I should have taken a left turn at Albuquerque, but I think that perhaps maybe my ship picks up the radiation signatures of what's going on with Kiki, and I'm like, oh look, it's a fuel source. Going to check this out. Like magic school bus just kind of like slips through a little fold in space and time and like schlorps into the room.
So is it just kind of like just pops out in the middle of the like it up in the air, kind of in the middle of this room between the fight?
Yeah, I think it's just like this weird kind of mind-bending thing, like in like it almost appears two-dimensional for a second, like as it's sliding through like paper, then kind of like, and then just like kind of clatters onto the floor as like my calculations were incorrect, and I came in about 20 feet above the actual flooring.
Okay. And yeah, you all see this, and there's this, I think, pause to this moment, this drama here as Lucas appears in this strange alien device that is his ship that you've all been on at this point, recognize. Null Point, however, I think seeing this and seeing Lucas arrive and this band of plant in front of him trying to get through it, you all watch as in an instant about 6 like long black, almost looking spikes jut out from the ground, and in this sort of same black, shadowy, inky mass, and shoot up towards Lucas's ship. I think sort of they don't seem to pierce the hull, Lucas, from the inside, but you do feel your ship kind of lose stability, and you're beginning to lose sort of control of it for a moment as these tendrils have sort of, I guess, pierced their way through and into the ship itself.
Ooh, I like it. And maybe on the inside, like parts of the ship are like buckling in, like, you know, when like when people are like crawling in the vents, like how like kind of gets pushed out, something like that.
Yeah, it's like I think it's like the scene from The Mummy with the like scarabs. Yeah, and they sort of move through it, but as they move past, like it reshapes. It's not damaging the ship yet, but you see something moving around on the inside.
Then I put on my life preserver and I kick the door open and like jump out.
Okay. And Lucas comes jumping out of the out of his ship, and I think maybe like maybe you hit the button, you're like ejected out of the top or something for a moment, and you go sailing a good like 20 feet up, almost hitting the ceiling, and then arcing downwards as like I don't imagine it's like a parachute, but probably some sort of like stabilizers engage in that moment. That sort of begin to lower you a little bit slower towards the ground, but you're kind of coming in on top of your group that is in the center of this room. Okay, and as you abandon your ship, it begins to list upwards, is now sort of hovering through the air above Null Point, and it begins to be like cloaked in this blackness, and the ship itself seems to like change into like a grayish color, as it is Null Point is seemingly affecting it in some way.
All right, everyone, what is going on?
This guy appeared and he said kill.
All right, that's all I need to know. Yeah.
And I think right as this is happening too, between all of you, one sort of shadow comes jutting out from underneath the wall and then forms in a circle underneath all of you. And then something begins to emerge from the ground. And it looks like... trying to remember his name. Hold on. It looks like Chad. When from the Halloween party, but like a beefier, sort of like monstrous Chad forming in the center of the room, like Shadow. You know Chad's fine. You guys have all seen Chad at school since then. Well, at least as far as you know. But like forming in the room, and then goes like with a big monstrous fist to punch at Ian or Lambast. So Lambast, what do you do?
I'm just gonna try and, anime punch the punch.
Okay. We'll go with directly engage then, as you are meeting fists in the air.
Yeah. That's a 9.
9. Okay, so mixed success.
Yep.
Which on directly engage, while I'm bringing this up. You pick one from the list.
Well, I'm gonna make it regret appearing in all of us and create an opportunity for my allies.
Okay. So here's what happens in this moment then. Yeah. So I think you punch, meeting fist for fist with this creature, and there's a lot of resistance there. It wasn't as solid as you thought it might be from the sheer form of this creature. And as you punch into it, you feel this like sucking sensation as you are sort of pulled into its mass. And I think what you do instinctively is sort of begin to kind of bull rush forward, maybe knocking through Perennial's wall and sort of like creating this path in front of you, dragging the shadow creature along with you. However, as Ian clears this way and clears this path towards Null Point, just as he gets about 10 feet of Null Point, he is sucked into the shadow and vanishes for a moment, like disappearing, folding up into it. And then you see Ian then ejected from the side of this black form of Lucas's ship and hurtled over across the room, landing on the ground. So I'm going to say you do take, I'm going to have you mark a condition again from taking this shot. Kind of like I give the instinct of the image of like Portal, dives into one shadow, pops out of another, is kind of what happens there.
Just deciding which condition to take.
But while he's deciding that, there's now this path in front of you to the body or the central hub of Null Point. The rest of you, what do you do?
Right, I'm gonna follow close behind. Which I got emotional support from the chat. Thanks, chat. So I'm gonna get rid of my afraid condition.
Okay. Effective as you see your other companions charging into battle. You kind of steady yourself and you go charging behind Ian as he disappears. It's just you and Null Point then.
Okay, I want to get like in. Are there still a bunch of the little things?
Yeah, there are other like tendrils and mounds and stuff forming around you. There's no like clear shapes defining them right now that
Okay,
you
but
can
there's
see.
a bunch of stuff around me. That's great.
Yeah.
I will use one of my burn to do reality storm. And I want to try to, because this is just as a destructive burst, so I want to try to go like 360 out in like a force wave and just like hit everything that's around me.
Yeah. This is a role that you have specifically?
Yes, I roll to directly engage a threat, but roll plus freak instead of danger.
Go for it.
Okay, please be good, please be good, please be good. Very bad. 5.
Yikes, that is very bad. Does anyone want to try to... You guys do have team.
Because there is another part to this move. That's gonna make it worse.
Are you okay? So you're just like attacking it from all sides.
Yeah.
I could like maybe
Ryan,
do we,
you
like
did better.
combo. Could I like try to use some of this energy that I've absorbed and kind of like funnel it towards Fantasia to make it give it more oomph?
Yeah, you could do that. And she's going to need one more point. So, Lucas, did you have something you wanted to...
I did. It depends. What are you shooting out exactly?
I absorbed. Oh,
go
yeah.
ahead.
Which one?
Either of you, really.
Okay, I absorbed energy from the bomb. We don't know what kind of energy.
Okay.
Maybe
Bomb
all blue and
stuff.
fiery. Bomb
So
stuff.
this is what I'm going to do, because Lucas saw the shadow creatures is going to begin running, and kind of as he's running, his skin is becoming somewhat reflective, like with these kind of square looking scales, and then it's going to eventually kind of roll into a ball and then roll up perennial, shoot like a arm into the ceiling and start swinging around like Hammond, like an enormous disco ball.
Okay, so reflecting even more energy. I love that. Okay, so that's spending 2 team from the pool. But those are both acceptable ways I think you can assist in this roll. So that'll get rolled to a 7, which will be a mixed success. Fantasia. So what is your effect on a mixed success?
I am.
And then it'll describe.
So I'm
its
rolling
awesomeness.
directly engage a threat.
Yes. Oh, okay. So it's directly engaged with
Yeah.
threat. Okay, so
on a 7-9.
you can pick one thing from that list, resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. 2 of those I think make more sense given the situation, but you can obviously pick what you want.
Oh gosh. I guess I'll do frighten the opposition.
I love it. Okay, that's what I was hoping. So you,
Also,
yes.
if you do this, you will create unwanted collateral damage unless you spend another burn, which I'm not going to do.
I mean, there's plenty of collateral damage to be had here without.
Yeah, I'm just saying I have to spend another burn or cause unwanted collateral damage,
Okay, so
I am
here's
made of wood.
which I'm not gonna do. So sorry, guys.
yeah.
Collateral damage incoming.
So here's what happens then. There is this okay. Facet, you set off this stream of blue fire straight towards Olivia, or straight towards Fantasia, and as it hits, I think you feel this burn, this like cold burn from behind you, but you instantly sort of take this energy in. Now there's this like line of blue fire connecting Fantasia and Facet, as then you let off your burst of energy, but instead of being necessarily like a bubble emerging from you, it is like hundreds of piercing bluish purple beams that shoot off in every direction, like 360 degrees from you, which then connect with the glowing disco ball that is now spinning quickly around the room, which begins to reflect them down and around at odd angles in pretty much every direction, as everyone in the room almost is subjected to the force of this concussive blast. I'm going to give, I guess, Perennial, you haven't done anything in a while. I don't necessarily think I don't want to make you keep defending, but if there's something you want to do here to try to mitigate the damage.
Oh yeah, no. Alan, I would like to grow and cover everyone and take all of those fiery raindrops.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you go and roll to. I'll say either defense maybe or unleash your powers. Again, I don't want you to keep having to do the same thing. I think reshaping your environment kind of here to minimize the damage also and give your friend some cover also comes into effect here. So you one or the other, depending
I
on
would
what
much
you're
prefer to roll freak, thank you.
Okay, go ahead and roll to unleash your powers then.
I sure will. Oh, good. That was double ones for a 5, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, geez. Well, the only person that can help in this moment with everything going on, I think, is Lambast. I don't think that'll be enough to get you to a.
No, that's cool.
I can spend a burn to help.
Okay, yeah, you do have.
Guess I should have just done it in the first place.
Yeah, because I was debating whether or not those of you that are already engaging the attack could also help with the defend for it.
What if it works, but I get real hurt?
Yeah. Here's what I will say then. Yeah. So Olivia, I will let you act here to defend if you want to use your burn for it. Is that the thing where it gives you the 2?
It's boost, so I can spend a burn to give somebody a +1 as if I had spent team from the pool, but I don't have to spend team from the pool.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect. So you can do that, and then Lambast, is there some way you think you can help with this defend?
I mean, maybe tear up more of the plating stuff and try and throw it to, like, frisbee intercept a bunch of lasers.
Okay, and yeah, you wouldn't even necessarily, I think, have to throw it. You just have to like hold it in front of the vulnerable people here, which is pretty much like was pretty much you and Facet once that extreme energy is no longer coming off of her, and then Perennial also doing her thing. So I think here's what happens: the 3 of you kind of forming this defensive barrier. The lasers come shooting outward, reflecting and creating this disco ball refracted light effect that is hitting the shadows and sort of obliterating them on contact, and sort of purging or cleansing the room. You take one of these massive. You've already kind of weakened the structure, so you take another one of these massive panels, you hold it out in front of you, and then Perennial, you reinforce it with your woodwork. You get to choose one. If you're choosing to unleash your powers, you get to choose here, as you're kind of forcing this and really pushing yourself to the limit, either marking condition or I tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary. So essentially the trade-off here is, like you said before, taking the damage, or the effect isn't quite what you want it to be.
Yeah, no, I'm going to take a condition for 500 out.
Perfect.
Alex, what's his name? Trebek, Alex.
Alec.
What?
Aragorn.
My whole life is a lot. Yeah, there it is.
I was wondering why you kept saying Alex. So yeah, you create this effect. You take the condition as it is kind of pushing more on you. You're taking more of the brunt, forcing more of your again yourself across this this defensive barrier. And as this happens, the shadows are again obliterated, and Null Point is reduced to this much sort of smaller shape, this almost weaker looking shape in front of you. As these shadows are kind of pulling away, you're almost getting kind of the definition of a person standing before you. You can see sort of musculature. You can see clear sort of defined shape of, again, very ambiguous, but they have very kind of slim, though defined and kind of pointed features to them. But you also get, I think, one other thing is that the semi like clothing that they seem to be wearing underneath it does not look like it's not like a suit or something you would see in like the 21st, 22nd century, whatever we're in. You see like armor, like male, like something like some you might see in like a video game or like a fantasy game almost, not like knight armor, but like Greek. And And as you this is released for 1 second, the shadows begin to form again, and the only one is left is this long shadow that is connecting him to the tunnel behind him, or them. And there's this moment of silence as they stagger and they take a step back and they mark a condition, and they are marking the afraid condition in this case. As you see the shadows sort of reforming and recollecting a bit, you see those eyes open up all around, and then you see the darkened hallway behind them. You see more eyes appearing now, like angry looking this time, as the entire hallway is filled with shadow. And then in an instant, they are sucked into that hallway, and the eyes retract, pulling away and disappearing. And Null Point seems to be gone.
Where'd it go? Did it run away?
Guess it's gone for now. Everyone good? Or anyone not good? Like extra not good?
I think Perennial just like shrinks a bit, like reforms the burned, charred hole in themselves. That did not go at all how I thought it was gonna go.
No, but you did so good. You protected us.
Well, I tried. Let me try one more thing. I'm gonna grow some dandelions in my hand and blow them out and just send the seeds flying down the tunnel where they left. And I'm gonna try and see through them later. Like just have them float down that tunnel and be like, how far did he go? Did he leave any traces?
Okay, so you're sort of setting like little
floaty dandelion seed sentries.
Yeah, sentries. Okay. Yeah, you send them down. And I don't think it's maybe like a cycle like you're seeing through their non-existent. I think it's more like this sensation of feeling them and feeling if they are disrupted or anything. And they're
exactly.
Okay, you send them through it and nothing immediately. They seem to float unabated down that tunnel for a bit. And as you're all kind of collecting yourselves, this happening, there's this noise, this as you see Lucas's ship that is hovering through the air. It kind of sputters for a second and it kind of drops slowly for a second, and then during the last about 5 feet it seems to lose power entirely, and then just lands with a thud on the metal ground.
Am I still on fire, or did I use up all the energy that I sucked up?
I think you pretty much used up all the energy that you absorbed to defeat it in that moment.
Got it. Just want to make sure I wasn't still on fire.
No, you're not on fire anymore.
My ship.
Is it going to be all right?
Oh yes, I'll figure something out at some point. What is happening down here?
So there was a bomb, but I think I disabled it. Maybe you should look at it. I sucked up a lot of energy from it that we used in the fight, but I don't know if that disabled it or not.
Oh,
Like points to the because it was like a big old column thing sticking out of the middle of the room, right? That the bomb was on? Am I misremembering?
No, yeah, there's sort of this obelisk kind of structure in the center of this room, which has this wires and stuff running through it, and then this one glowing kind of orb structure towards center, which is no longer glowing, but yeah, the bomb device is in the center of the room still.
Okay. I can search it. I think you already said it was inert, but that's where Mutaboy can be while the rest of the scene goes on.
Okay.
Cool.
Fantasia, Lambast.
Sorry, untangling my headphones over here.
Uh-oh.
Olivia's not saying anything. Just kind of dusting herself off.
Are the computer screens, are they still dark?
Yes, they are still dark. It seemed like Null Point's presence somehow drained pretty much all the power from the room except for like the very core of the explosive device.
Got it.
So you guys have seen this thing before, right?
Yeah, back at Halloween.
Did it just run away before too, or?
Kind of. Let me think back at my memories as I scroll through my notes.
Yeah, so kind of towards the end of Halloween night as the sun was rising, the creature seemed to withdraw.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it ran away on its own. Don't know that we actually did all that much to it. Kind of left at sunrise-ish. So I don't know if it was actually, a coming of the dawn thing or just a coincidence.
Yeah, I thought I remembered y'all saying that. That's what I tried with the light, but that didn't actually end up being the best idea.
Well, it's good to try.
Yeah,
a good
it's
idea.
totally good to try untested theories when our lives are on the line underground.
Was it better than not?
Got a point.
I mean, it was just talking to us before.
What did they
Only
say?
when I got all huffy is when he started attacking us. I think he was introducing himself or themselves. I think it was kind of confusing.
Well, it asked what we are, and I told it we were superheroes, and then it wanted to kill us.
Well, it said it wanted to consume, and I guess it did say kill, but I think it might be after people with powers.
Eights, eh?
So anyway, what I'm trying to say, y'all, is I'm sorry. I think I started that.
I mean, given our track record with it so far, so far more often than not, ends up in a fight. I guess that time I ran into it in an alley. Well, wasn't a fight, but seems this thing tends towards aggression anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like some people I know.
Ian very clearly is restraining himself from saying anything.
Well, if this bomb's good, can we leave?
Oh, it's a very good bomb. Very good. I would say it could have done a lot of damage if it got off. Fantastically constructed. Who did this? Did they know? Did they say? Did they leave a calling card for anyone?
Well, Ian's best friend, some really chatty guy from the future, apparently. It's not really Ian's best friend. That was a joke.
From the future again.
Hmm.
Yeah, there was somebody on those monitors over there, and they were talking to us about, being from the future.
On the monsters?
No,
Yeah.
somebody different.
Yeah, on the monitors, yeah.
On the monitors. Sorry, they said monsters.
Perhaps I can do some sort of backward trace on the wires here.
Go ahead. I mean, he was real chatty, so there's probably a lot of data.
We shall see. If it set up his little closed circuit sort of monitoring system, as well as this bomb was, then who knows? But I'm going to give it a old high school try.
Okay, so let's see. What would go in? I think maybe an assess the situation.
I can either do assess the situation, or I can do the alien tech thing.
Oh, what is the alien tech thing again?
It's when you alter a human device with your alien technology, roll freak, and then you can do something impossible if you succeed.
Okay, so yeah, I'd say you could do either one. It sort of depends on you and kind of how you're doing this. If you're just kind of like looking through the tech and trying to get an idea of what it is, or if you are actually trying to alter something to help you.
I guess I'm not trying to alter anything. I'm just trying to find out. So I shall roll assess the situation. Boink. I've rolled a 10.
Nice.
So I need to look those up.
Yeah.
I already have it up.
Yeah, you could ask 2.
What here can I use to track down Zeitgeist? I guess. Oh, that's interesting. What here is the biggest threat, and what is the greatest danger? It's interesting that those are 2 separate questions.
It's in the greatest danger.
In the greatest danger. What here is in the? Oh, gotcha. Yep.
Yeah.
It's in the computer. All right. So I'm going to say what here is in the greatest danger, because now that the bomb is been dismantled, I'm not, and this creature is after us. I'm not sure what our next step should be, if like there's going to be more attacks against general populace or just us. And then I'll do, how could we best end this quickly?
Okay. So I think this is what.
Sorry, I only get 2 questions.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry.
You only get 2.
So
yeah.
what here can I use to find Zeitgeist, and how could we best end this quickly? I'm sorry.
Yeah. So here's what you get. It's interesting. So you go up to the monitors and you begin to sort of pull like panels off the wall and trying to get an idea. And eventually you turn on you get the power back running. Maybe you connect it to Facet and she powers it using her own energy manipulation or what. Or but you're
Just
able to
2
get
wires up her nose.
Ew.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hold them.
Yeah. But yeah, you get the power up and running, and you realize one thing really quickly. You can't necessarily trace any sort of like IP address, because this place isn't like wired to any sort of like internet signal. In fact, you find out the video as you get it to play again was a video. This was a pre-recorded message that the group was interacting with as they play through it. Obviously, you guys had the conversation, realizing how well tailored it was to your antics.
He probably has this conversation many times with time travel.
But you have the this pre-recorded message that begins to play. You do find one thing though. There is a video camera or like some sort of monitor or device that is being used to record what is being happening in this room, but it's closed circuit. It's just recording. It's not transmitting anywhere currently. Anything else you get? As far as what here is in the greatest danger, that's difficult.
Wait, I changed it to
did you?
that in how could we best end this quickly?
How could you best end this quickly? Okay.
If the other one's easier, then we can switch to the other one.
No, I
don't have a strong.
Both of them are equally difficult for me to interpret, but I think I've got something for end this quickly. As far as what's in the room, ending like what is happening right now in this dome and the bomb and everything, it's mostly over. It's mostly done with. However, there is, I think, tracing the wires and looking at the device a bit more, there is a that whatever it was that Kiki touched at the center of this device, it's beginning to start to glow softly again, and you're realizing whatever this is, you're kind of pulling the wires across. There is a sort of triangular construct that has sort of a metal casing, but 4 display ports or kind of like holes on each side with this like thick glass where this glow is coming from, and it is giving off energy, and it's looking like it's beginning to like build up energy again, seemingly from nothing. And you're gathering to best on this quickly and to keep this from blowing up again. Removing this device before it's able to charge the bomb would be the best way to end what's going on now. At the same time, I think in more of a metaphysical way, the video itself pauses right at the moment that you are seeing the meeting at the courthouse with the senators, where all of you saw Dr. Malcolm or Pandemonium entering the courthouse. And it sort of freezes there in more of a just dramatic irony sort of way as Lucas pauses the footage. So anyway, so that's I think that's what you get from your roll.
Well, so you saw what I saw right now. See? I'll let the group just discuss this as I'm going to remove something from a device. Kiki, you have steady hands of a seamstress, and they can also be made of anything that could be useful. And what we're about to do, would you come with me, please, while everyone discuss?
Yeah, good idea. I was just going to ask if you needed help.
Okay. And we perform bomb surgery.
Okay. I think
Teenagers.
I think there's a pretty easy way to do it for the two of you to do this. And Kiki can drain the energy from this thing as you are disconnecting it, sort of making this less like bomb defusal, more like a game of
Operation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the two of you are able to. We get the scene in the background of the two of you. There's a word I'm looking for that is on the tip of my tongue and I can't. Extracting.
Does it still power? Like, will it power up in the next few minutes on its own?
We'll get. Yeah, I think we'll kind of we'll talk about that and get back to the moment with you guys taking it away. But yeah, it is as you take it out, it just slowly begins to like charge up again. It's even like it's perpetually developing or energizing itself.
Yeah, and this Lucas's eyes get big like Bambi, just kind of, just saying, and then we can leave him alone.
Yeah,
I like how that's probably literal.
Yep, could be.
That probably is.
Olivia, you're standing there and you see that image of Dr. Malcolm on the screen. Any reaction from Olivia?
Not really. I think she's just staring at it. She hasn't said anything this whole time.
I think Ian goes over to her and he's like, "Are you thinking a road trip to Sacramento?"
I don't think we have much of a choice.
I don't know how much we're going to be able to stop whatever he's getting up to in Congress right now, but at the very least we can go try and knock his lights out again.
Or, I mean, we could just show up all nice or something. Because didn't he say they were making some legislature about super people right about now? There's got to be some sort of PR thing we can do, right?
Yeah, he also wants to murder me, so that's cool,
Yeah,
I guess.
I wouldn't call it cool, per se.
But yeah, I mean,
So we could not go there. It's also a thought.
And do what instead? Nothing?
Well, I mean, I found you guys from basically a press release you put out. Could do another one.
we could try, but I also imagine it might be more powerful if we showed up in person.
Well, yeah. But I have concerns. Namely, health concerns. I feel like we're asking for even more trouble. And we're not up to it, maybe.
Maybe, I mean, we can ask Hector and Irma to come along, obviously. Run this by them first, but we show up. If he flies off the handle, he undoes whatever work he's done. And that just makes us look better.
And he probably will. Like, he literally calls himself Pandemonium. So.
Cool. So let's go back and be not here.
Yeah, we need to get out of here, get back to the sanctuary.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so the five of you head back to the sanctuary then?
Yeah, I'll probably tow Lucas's ship if needed, if it doesn't run anymore.
Oh,
Depends on if Lucas wants to take a moment to repair it.
Yeah.
Or
I'm gonna
jumpstart it with your new energy device.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I wanted to get it working just long enough to shrink it down, and then we can just walk out.
Okay. I think you can do that pretty easily.
Okay.
Yeah. You take 10 minutes to get it working again enough, get it paired, maybe jumping it off a little bit with using some of the power, like connecting a few cables to this device, and which gives it enough juice to start it, and then shrink it down to its pocket form.
I'll just carry it out.
Not gonna lie, I'm relieved. I was really worried how a tree person towing a spaceship to the warehouse district wasn't gonna be suspicious or attention drawing.
So you gather yourselves and you head towards the sanctuary, using your various methods of inconspicuous transport there. Obviously, what you did in here hasn't really made a scene. Nothing has happened in the city, so there isn't like a panic or presence, and this is the first fight you guys have had without serious collateral damage. So well done. And
As hard as I tried.
as hard as you tried.
have you seen any of those orb things? There's the three that we fought, but we haven't seen any other ones.
The orb things that were sort of guard posting in the sewers.
Yeah.
I think you pass a couple on the way out. They are inert on the ground.
Hey, Lucas, would you want one of these for making stuff?
Well, I wouldn't say no.
And since Ren, you were here last time, in case you didn't see it, so they're like spherical, like black spheres with like a seam in the center, which kind of pulls apart to a laser turret that is embedded kind of in the center of the device.
Okay. Yes, please.
Yeah, so you take one of those with you too.
Okay,
And you guys, as inconspicuous as you can, make your way back to the warehouse district and back to your sanctuary. As you enter, there is, I think you see two things, two people as you enter. Let me change the music. It's a little too dramatic for what's going on right now.
Everything is dramatic right now.
I know, right?
Well, when you have 4 conditions, yes.
Only 3.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
we
What is
passed.
our collective number of conditions right now?
Thanks, Chen.
I'm at 3.
I have 3.
Oh, man.
Renil has 1.
So many. I don't think I have any.
So we're
I
at
just
eight.
have
Lucas has 1.
guilty.
We're at 8.
I'm good.
Wow, we're a guilty bunch, huh?
Yeah. And there are 2 people there as you enter. There is, I think, in this main kind of area, one of the many tables you probably have around here. There is sitting there is the Golden Duke, or Hector, who's looking very tired, and it kind of like a little bit like covered in kind of like soot or dirt a bit, and like I mean his hands are very dirty, but the rest of him is like his suit is covered in it has like a little bit of dirt on it. Still he's kind of dusting off himself. And then Irma, who is also up and going, also looks very tired, is sitting there. She's wearing a hoodie that she's got pulled up, kind of covering like blocking out the lights a bit. And is wearing like dark sunglasses and is sitting there drinking like a cup of coffee. And as you come in, Hector stands and goes, "Where have you been?"
Stopping a bomb.
We sent you a bunch of texts.
Yeah.
And then we got out of cell range.
And then we stopped a bomb.
I had assumed that you had stopped the device, considering that we're still here. Good job, all of you. I was a little preoccupied, and I think obviously you guys remember the big brass dome that had Zeitgeist had trapped him in the middle of the park. And he says, "I managed to dig myself out of trouble, but I didn't get any texts from you. I guess I didn't have any service where I was." So, you stopped it. Excellent. Did you apprehend the culprits as well?
Hard to do that when we're in the future.
Yeah, someone was talking to us through some monitors from the future, but it was like a video.
Do you have the video?
I assume we brought a copy of it along.
Sure. If you guys want to have brought it with you, you could have brought it with you.
We forgot it. We'll be 45 minutes.
We'll be right back.
Go across
We'll be right back.
town. If the VHS is still there.
All right. Yeah, you go and pick up the VHS. You actually have to go to Blockbuster and get a copy. And then, which came back in the future.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
And then be like, man, we really wish we had a Rose on for this one. We could have saved a lot of time.
Who we get a flash cut of her still in a raving with her aunt. What
was that? Holidays.
The Holidays Music Festival. Okay, so they take the video and they watch it all the way through again. Obviously, without your side of the conversation, which is a bit weird.
And this is the part where Ian said again about nuking the city.
Yeah.
Fill in the blanks.
And Irma lowers her hood and takes out the sunglasses and sort of still rubbing her temple says, "I'm really beginning to hate all this future stuff. I know that seems ironic considering who's saying it, but this is really getting annoying. Thanks for not letting the city blow up. You all did a really good job."
Sorry I shoved my way into your brain.
Yeah. That was weird.
Yeah.
But it's good you did. I'm
gonna make Irma a little flower crown of lavender, peppermint, frankincense, chamomile. Just some anti-headache smells.
Sure. The music not playing.
You just set on her? Do you
I just grow it right there. Whoop, it just grows
Oh.
and blooms.
Is that the music I want? No. Let's go this one. Okay. So you give her the flower crown. I don't think she wears it, but she just kind of tucks in the front of her hoodie so she can smell it.
That's fair too.
And she says, "Thanks." So you've all had your first run-in with Zeitgeist then. Glad. Well, I'll get some more information on that later. Find out what might happen next, why I didn't get any forewarning on that. As far as this whole business with the Vigilante Protection Act and what's the name again? Dr. Malcolm?
Dr. Malcolm Ian.
Dr. Ian. I think we should just let that one go for now.
You sure? It sounds like a big deal.
It is a big deal.
I haven't gotten any suggestions, and that doesn't seem like something that we're supposed to interfere with. I haven't gotten any orders to do anything about it. So, as far as I know, it's supposed to happen.
He's gonna start interfering with us if you give him enough time to himself, but whatever.
Well, we'll deal with that when.
Also, somebody else.
Sorry, you cut out for a second there, Morgan.
Also, somebody else showed up while we were there. Another person with powers, maybe. We've seen them before, but then they ran off. They were like creepy with dark shadows and lots of eyes.
I don't know who that is.
Name of Null Point. Wait, do we know that?
Yeah, you don't know.
Okay, Null Point.
Zeitgeist said it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So I don't know that either.
I don't know. Before they tried to kill us, I kind of liked him.
That's how it goes with most people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not somebody. I only know what future me has told me. So, that's not somebody I know, but I'll ask. But like I said, just again, Olivia, I know that you have history with this person and that you probably want to get your revenge on them. And a time will come for that. I know it, but just, don't go do anything reckless, okay?
It has nothing to do with revenge, but like, keep pretending you know me, I guess.
Listen, I'm just trying to help you. We're both just trying to help you.
All you're doing is saying a lot of things you don't know.
Olivia, you don't mean to be rude.
I understand that it might be confusing, and when you get older, you might understand that sometimes you have to do things that you don't want to do.
I'm gonna try and put my arm around Olivia if she'll let me. Just slowly, gently.
Not all of us are gonna get older, Irma. I leave the room. In a huge huff. Like this.
Like this.
Like
I
that.
think after barely even a beat, Ian follows after her.
Perennial looks like they were going to, and it's oh, all right, he's got it. Okay.
Hector stands up. Well, I could use a shower, so I will be off then. If anyone wants to train or anything later, I'll be around. They know about the brass thing, and then they just go walking off. Okay, so what are you guys doing for the rest of your afternoon? I guess we get Hector following, or not Hector, Lucas. Names, Ian, that is following Olivia right now.
All of you! Get out of my room!
Justin,
Following Olivia right now. Do you guys want to play that out?
Yeah, I think so. Or at least we're getting encouraging nods from our fellow players.
I'm trying to decide where I went. I said I stormed off and didn't decide where I was going to. Sounds like a very 16-year-old thing to do.
I mean,
That seems
if you
about
don't have a location, Ian can suggest something.
No, I'm going to the room with the healing tank thingies. That
Okay.
sounds good. Or that way.
Ian kind of catches up to you in the hallway and doesn't like grab your arm, but just hand on your back and is like, "You okay?" I know that's a crappy question to ask right now, but
Yeah, super okay. Great. Feeling wonderful. Thanks for asking.
do you want me to try and say anything? Should I just be here? Should I not be here? What would... I want to help you. Not sure exactly what you want from me right now. And I also don't want to put the pressure on you of telling me what to do. It's just... I think we're all a little aggravated after that, you and me especially.
Yeah, aggravated is a great word.
What's the biggest, most expensive thing you could conjure up in the sanctuary that you'd be okay with us smashing?
I can literally make whatever I want. It's like my whole thing.
I don't know, if I was storming off on my own right now, I'd head down to the training room and just punch all the punching bags apart until they explode. But I don't know if that sounds like something that might help you. We can give it a shot.
Maybe.
I think start kind of slowly leading her towards the training room. Ugh. I think I'm still in favor of heading off to Sacramento, as much as I also realize it's a terrible idea. But I don't want that guy just out there. Not when he could show up again at any moment.
I mean, everything we do is sort of a terrible idea.
Yeah, but... I don't think I have anything on that, just yeah.
Not arrogant enough to think I should go by myself. And the rest of the team won't want to go.
I definitely wouldn't be going alone. And
I'm not arrogant enough to think that you and me should just stand up to this guy.
yeah, especially if... I mean, do we know if he was in contact with Zeitgeist last time and it took all of us plus the Duke before to take him out?
I don't know.
Look, nothing about this is going to be fun, but as much as I want to rush off and do something stupid and reckless, I think the stakes are getting too high for us to do that right now. But then, I don't know what that leaves for us other than sitting here on our hands, feeling like helpless children.
I don't know. I don't know what to do, but it's not just sit here and do nothing. And I'm tired of their crap. I'm tired of this Hector and Irma just showing up and talking to us like we're children and treating us like we don't know what's going on. Like we literally just stopped somebody from nuking the city. And where were they? Not texting back. Whatever. I want to break something.
Sounds like a great plan to me.
So the two of you go to the training area and just punch some punching bags.
It's very Captain America in his first appearance in Avengers, where he just has a whole bunch of punching bags because he knows he's going to break them all.
Fair. Okay. Anybody else have anything they want to do?
Yes. I would like to have an emotional conversation scene as well, please.
Okay. With who?
With Lucas and Kiki, if they're willing. Basically, right after Olivia and Ian leave and Hector and Irma also leave, Prana just kind of sits down and probably doesn't even realize, but they bloom sort of like willow tree, like droopy things, and like lamb's ear plants. It just like looks all droopy. And it's like, y'all, I don't think I should ever take point again. I didn't do a very good job. Everybody got hurt and upset, and we didn't even accomplish anything. I mean, besides saving the city, besides that. But, like, we didn't actually catch anybody.
I don't think that's true. You did a good job. You made that big old barrier that protected us when you first
Well, I
started.
wouldn't have even had to if I hadn't instigated anything.
I don't know. That no point guy attacked us before, so he was probably gonna do it.
Well, he
I don't
didn't
think it's
really
all
seem
your
like he
fault.
was gearing up to until I went all freakish on him.
How do you mean?
Freakish.
Well, do you guys think I'm... Do you think I'm getting worse or better? Like, it's been a long time, and I'm trying to hold on to being like what a human person feels like and is like, and I don't know if maybe I'm losing sight of it or what.
I'm sorry, worse than what?
Like, I don't know if I'm just not thinking like a person does anymore. Like, if I'd have been more level-headed or acted more normal, if things would have gone better.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't think that, not like an expert on Earthlings or anything like that, but I would say that your level of, impulsiveness and rash behavior seems to be pretty in line with all the others of your species, so I'm not sure, you really don't even get to the high parts of the scale there.
Yeah,
I'm trying to do a team move thing here.
Not even within the context of this team. I would put others as far more rash than you.
So Ryan / Lucas, would you say that I'm gaining humanity or losing humanity with that comment?
Ooh.
That's not for me to say.
That's
How do
true.
you take it?
I guess it's for me to interpret it.
That
Okay.
humans are always level-headed and always make the right decisions because they're perfect. Because that's not what humans are like.
They are not.
Was that Morgan talking to me or was that Kiki talking to Praya?
There is no Morgan anymore. It's like,
We're one and the same. Joke's on you guys.
full method.
Well, yeah, she probably would have. Yeah, like everybody makes mistakes, perennial, and sometimes people are angry, and sometimes they're sad, and sometimes they do things that they regret. And I think the fact that you are even thinking about it has got to mean something, right? If you were a person, then I don't know what else you would be, but I remember in science talking about how people are different from animals because we have feelings.
But that's not actually that different. There's really not that much difference between you and, like, for example, orcas. They have their brains. They have a higher capacity for emotional experience than any humans.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's fact.
That's what makes SeaWorld so tragic. The whole story.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Thankfully, they
Ancient.
banned those at least 50 years ago.
Man, that makes a lot more sense now.
I can imagine you guys reading about SeaWorld in like history class and
Oh my gosh, that was a
the
terrible place.
the terrible treatment of that they those poor sea animals.
Somehow this downer conversation has made me feel a little bit better.
So what's the move?
So it's one of my team moves. When I share a vulnerability or weakness with someone, ask them if they think you're losing or gaining humanity. If they say losing, do something. If they say gaining, do something else.
I
so
assume
I'm
it
gonna-
says more than just do something and do something else.
Correct. I guess I'll go into specifics. I shouldn't want to be worrying about it. So if they say losing, mark a condition and mark potential. If they say gaining, clear a condition and shift mundane up and any other label down. So
Oh,
I'm
cool.
going to judge by this conversation that they were like, you seem pretty human to me. Like, you're doing great. And so I'm going to interpret that as gaining.
Yeah.
So I'm going to clear my guilty condition and
Okay.
change my labels.
Okay. Because yeah, Kiki still sees Perennial as they were. They just look different, but they're still
Sob.
yeah.
And honestly, I have trouble telling your parts from all the others. So I
I
don't
know that. I love that about Lucas.
Okay. So two dramatic, angsty conversations down. We'll go ahead and take our break here.
But what about the Hector and Irma scene?
Yeah. They already had their scene. Just talking about all of you behind your back.
Standing on a balcony, their hands growing closer on the railing.
Except we heard everything because his voice is so loud,
That's true. You don't know how to whisper.
That would be true.
booming through the whole sanctuary.
All right, let's go and take a break then. We will be back in a few minutes to complete our session. Be right back, everyone. Hello there, and welcome back. We are back from a break. Announcements, things going on. Check out, I guess just in case you missed it at the beginning, check out Lords of Misrule up this Saturday at 3 o'clock Eastern. And Wild Space will be coming up on Monday, the return of Wild Space at 8 o'clock Eastern. Stay tuned for both of those D&D adventures. But let's go ahead and get back to the drama. You are all in the sanctuary, reconvening for your for meeting, decide what to do next. I think, well, most of you are there. Kiki left, evidenced by Morgan not being here, suddenly as she got a text from her mother and said she had some important things to do. And Olivia is also not there. And you guys all sitting silently waiting for Olivia to show up.
She was taking a shower after smashing
And-
stuff.
I think it's been a while. It's been about like 30 minutes or so, and she's not there, and enough time to wonder where she might be.
Wait, did Ian come back though?
Ian is with you guys.
Goes to where Ian is.
You guys, I'm saying you're all in the same place.
Hey, Ian scoots over to this, sit next to Ian. So, how'd it go?
We smashed some training dummies, some sandbags, some mess in there. It's gonna take a little bit of cleaning up, but I mean, she just said she was gonna hit the shower, said she'd be out soon. And I imagine Ian is also freshly showered.
Mhm. goes to Olivia's room.
Okay.
Knocks on door.
No response.
Hey, Olivia, it's Perennial. Are you there and just wanted to be alone, or did you slip in the shower and hit your head and die, or?
And thus ends Fantasia.
Oh, the irony.
No, we'll just to expedite this. She doesn't answer.
Kick open the door. No, I would
Yeah,
never do that.
You search through. You go to the bathrooms that you guys have.
I blow dandelion fuzz underneath.
I creep in her room like a creep.
If she's showering, she is not in the bathrooms either. And you go throughout the entire sanctuary. She is nowhere to be found.
Comes back to where everyone is. Hey, y'all. Didn't find her.
Oh,
Here's my hunch. She went to Sacramento.
That's the most likely suspect. Oh.
Did she say anything to you, Ian?
I mean, she said she knew it was a bad idea, but also that she didn't want to be sitting around here doing nothing. I kind of assumed we had reached the point of, yeah, everything sucks, but not a whole lot we can do about it. That is a smart move.
You know, Ian, I'm just gonna log this away in my memory.
Log.
Gonna log this away into my memory for in the future when Livia's upset and you're gonna go talk to her. I'm gonna go talk to her instead. Just, I love you, but I'm just letting you know that's how I'm taking this situation for the future. Now, does anyone know how to get to Sacramento fast?
How long would it take to get your ship working again, Lucas?
I think that is a no-go. A tag of my ship is very difficult to repair. So I'm going to say that no. Unless perhaps I can roll very well.
I'll give it. I can try rolling a superior and see if I can do something, or we can just say, because I'm fine with also it just being out of commission for a long time.
Here's what I'll say here. I will let you use your sort of alien tech ability to try to repair it. If it goes bad, it's going to go very bad. And even if it goes well, it probably won't go super great for your ship in the long run. But
yeah, I'll just tell them it's like
it is beyond repair, or at least within the scope of what you're talking about. It might take me days, weeks.
All right. Well, guess we're going to the bus depot.
Wait a second. What? Why are we just assuming? She has a phone, right? Can we just text her?
I mean, I think when Gentry went to go check for her, Ian just texted a bunch of question marks. And is wondering, well, that's what he texted.
And then
Okay.
in a sideways whisper to Perennial and just say,
See, this is humanity.
I don't have a phone anymore. I forget these things.
Olivia, as you are
I meant more in reference to there being rash and running all around and being...
Oh, I get it.
Yes, it's a callback to our earlier conversation.
I remember now.
as you are pulling onto the interstate, Olivia, there is a buzz. It comes from the cup holder where your phone is sitting, and it's the future, so they probably all have the heads up display text
I
messages.
click the button so my car will read the text to me. Like my
Question mark.
Oh, okay, cancel.
can I ask a question about the future cars? So as fast food places have larger and larger drinks, are cup holders this big now?
I think they have the ability to expand.
Okay.
They click outwards. Yeah.
Perfect.
Tell us
They're probably
something.
just belts that
So
are
nice.
you can just open.
They have their own seatbelts. Love that.
Oh boy. think.
I think
I was gonna say,
maybe
does
I also like this because our car does something similar to this, and maybe you get a text back that just says, "I'm driving."
Sent from my car.
Yeah, sent from her car. Because our car does this
It does.
in here and now.
Yeah.
So I imagine future cars do
It
this
says,
too.
I'm driving.
He's like,
Sent from
to
my
Sacramento. Okay.
car. I'm not going to text and drive.
So I think with that, Ian will then call, not putting it on speaker just yet.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
In the background, Perennial's like, could we rent a bus? Like, how much is bus fare to Sacramento?
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
It's a MIDI version of a Maroon 5 song.
I
I can't think of anything, but
I guess I answer it.
That's gonna kill me now. Okay.
The ringtone?
No, thinking of a Maroon 5 song.
Oh.
Now suddenly none are hitting me. Okay, yeah, you answer the phone.
God. Sorry. Just stirring the pot. Continue.
Hello?
What the hell?
What?
I guess you really went ahead and did it.
What?
You're on your way to Sacramento, aren't you?
I have some things to take care of.
And remember that whole part where I said you'd have me and probably most of the team?
I have some things to take care of that don't involve putting any of you in any more danger.
Well, that's very fine and noble of you, but I'm not sure that's your decision to make.
Wow.
I meant in terms of,
Click.
I think Ian just throws his phone against the wall as hard as he can.
Great, now we have one phone between us.
And it's in my car.
So, I assume there's news?
She's on her way to Sacramento, has some things to take care of, doesn't want to put us in any more danger. And I screwed up in telling her how much bullcrap that is, that of course we're there for her.
Well, then actions speak louder than words. Let's go. Again, how are we gonna do that? I'm a tree.
I think you all
Turn you
hear
into a canoe.
you all as you're all sitting in the hallway, you're all just having this very intense conversation, this very intense moment, and then suddenly there is, or not so suddenly, but slowly, sort of bobbing their head a little bit, Rose just walks past and then down the hall into the cantina, have like decked with like glow stick bands on her arms and like wearing like a bright like neon hoodie, not even paying attention to you guys, just like rolls off into the cantina.
I like the idea that Pran just like watches the whole time, like in a cartoon. It's just like, huh. Rose is back.
Maybe just to use the bathrooms, because I'm sure she doesn't want to use the ones at those clubs, or if it's an outdoor festival, I don't know. But that would be very convenient. I might actually go out to more concerts if that was a reality. Just struck with how useful that power is.
I mean, right? You just like walk into a stall and then teleport somewhere you actually want to go use the bathroom.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Dang.
Yeah.
So
How
good.
does Rose have the best powers out of all of us?
I'm telling you, it's the best. Let's also as a group, it'll be more fun that way.
Yeah, should we just ask her or
It's either that or we're walking or taking the bus.
Or a canoe, still an option.
we are landlocked?
Okay,
We're
anyway.
in the docks district.
I'm not actually
We
planning-
are?
The docks warehouse district.
There's
Well-
a bay.
I don't feel like canoeing to Sacramento.
That's fair. That is entirely fair and valid. We won't force you to do that.
Hey,
so let's go to
Rose.
Rose.
Okay, so you guys go into the cantina that you guys have, or the rec room, wherever we're calling it, and Rose is like turning around after closing the fridge and has like a big
Just like
bottle,
three.
has like a big bottle of Gatorade in her hand that she's chugging, and then stops.
Hey,
Is
Rose.
that, it's that shot where she closes the door and all three of us are standing on the other side.
Yeah.
It's like, yo,
Hi, Rose. How's the concert? Or was, or is?
it's still going great. Got to get back there now. See you guys later. Bye.
Hey, wait, Rose. Hey, buddy, pal.
What?
Lucas had a question for you.
Have you ever been to Sacramento?
No, never really had a reason to go.
Is there a Sacramento postcard on the refrigerator?
Probably pull it. Oh, she's probably seen Sacramento before, knows of its
Okay.
existence. But yeah.
Then I will. It's like,
Oh, we were just wondering if perhaps you could give us a lift to Sacramento before you go back to your concert.
What am I, just an Uber to all of you?
Lucas. Hey, Rose. Have you ever tried teleporting into a moving vehicle? Doesn't that sound like a party?
Olivia's rushing off to Sacramento to go face off Dr. Ian.
Alone.
Now you have my attention. What have you guys been doing since I left?
Not a lot. But also
Someone tried
kind
to
of a
blow up
lot.
the city.
Yeah, okay.
We
I was-
stopped that, and
I was FaceTiming with my parents for a while, and then I showed up in the middle of a fight.
I got shot.
Yikes. They have FaceTime in space, and ow.
Well, I like to call it that because I would say in this particular dimension there's no time, and also we don't have faces there. But it's more of a metaphor.
She laughs for a bit at that and says, okay, so you want me to teleport you into her car?
I think,
To
I mean,
his car, where she probably really doesn't want you to be right now.
or she does.
I'm pretty sure she doesn't.
how big is Perennial? Can they fit in a car?
Naturally,
normal car?
they can, but they also can shrink.
Okay. Okay. Just cool.
I mean, we might freak her out if we just show up in the car, but I mean,
Also, if we go to Sacramento, we'll get there before her by like a certain amount of time distance that we are from Sacramento. It'd be-
exactly. This is when we can get perhaps a soda or something, or a burrito, or any sort of see the sights of Sacramento before she.
Yeah, but can you imagine being Olivia in a car? Like, I'm gonna go do this thing alone, and then she's there for hours, and then gets there, and we're like, "Hey, we've been waiting." Like, that would be irritating to me.
Well,
personally.
she likes to stew. Have you not seen her? She likes to stew.
Nobody likes to stew.
Oh, she likes
Ian
to
goes and
stew.
punches one of the cabinets as they're bickering.
My favorite mug was in there, Ian.
And it's okay. You see, we're not in a hurry. We have Rose. Rose, what can you do?
Rose, we value you as a person.
And you're probably as closer.
And, like, I think he says, waits for a second and then realizes, and he's like,
You're one of the closest to Olivia here. So, what do you think she would prefer?
he says, trusting and pleasantly.
I think she'd probably prefer to be alone, which is why I'll teleport you to her.
Is there anything you want to talk about that thing you just said?
What thing?
How are you doing?
Me?
Yeah. I haven't seen you a lot lately, and I don't know.
Do you not follow her on Instagram?
Yeah,
I
I've not
don't-
seen all the. Hold
I
on.
don't have a phone.
She turns
don't-
her phone around and shows her
Instagram is on the
Instagram,
computer.
and there's just like
It's on the internet.
hundreds of pictures from the concert and the holidays music festival. It says, I've been having a blast. Haven't gotten blown up, shot at, thrown off a building
That's fair.
in a week now. It's been very nice.
Comparatively, yeah.
Yeah. So what's the time frame for this? Do you all want to get some lunch first, and then I mean, it's like what, an hour to Sacramento from here. So I mean, you got some time probably to catch up.
I already ate, and I kind of constantly eat, so.
All right. Well, shoot then. I better get back anyway. So huddle up. This is going to be interesting to see how we land. Okay. Well, here, you stand here. It sort of like positions the three of you. It's like backseat.
Do we all kind of like pretend to be sitting in her car?
Yeah. Just like kind of crouch down a bit. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1,
Hopefully.
go. And bam.
Shotgun.
Teleports and Olivia, there is like a jolting sensation as suddenly the car has 4 other bodies in it, and there are now 4 other people in your car. And Rose just looks around and says, shoot, we made it. I didn't think that was gonna work.
Oh my god!
Yo,
Rose!
see you guys later, bye. And Rose,
I told you not to do that!
Perennial bangs their head against the ceiling. I didn't make myself short enough. Ow, ow.
What is this music you're listening to? Are you listening to music, or is it?
Yes, what am I listening to?
it's still
Okay.
ringing from your head.
Like,
It's a day to remember, and it's
Morissette?
very loud.
Okay. It's like, what is this?
Why are you all in my car?
Because we care.
We thought you could use some company.
Thanks.
Was that a real thanks or like an I'm angry thanks, but I can't throw you out my car window?
What do you think,
Oh,
Gentry?
Oh, man.
There's then
Oh, we were just in the kitchen. I should have bought some snacks for you.
there's then a like a badoop as your phone gets another text message, and the automatic text reader reads out, smiley face with tongue sticking out, thumbs up emoji, fireworks.
I am going to kill her. Why are you all in my car?
It's a road trip. We're going to Sacramento. I've never been. And if we didn't get out of sanctuary, Ian was going to break everything.
You broke my favorite mug.
And you need me to deal with this because
No, Olivia, no.
You're the only one of us who can drive.
you have a spaceship.
It's very different.
It's
This
also
is
very
operated by feet.
Olivia, we're here because we want to be here for you.
So you teleported into my car.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like the slower option, so...
It seems like the most dangerous option.
Well, to be fair, I said we should just meet you in Sacramento, but...
Lucas, I will turn this car around.
Why?
Everyone, just shut up. I just drive in silence for a while.
Just the sweet jams of Maroon 5 playing in the back.
No, it's a day to remember.
Perennial slides over to Lucas and, like, kind of grows something that looks similar to, like, a tic-tac-toe board and is like, because they're not going to deal with this.
I
right
think like
inside.
Lucas's head just like resorbs into his body. Just
Wait, who is sitting shotgun?
I guess
I
it
called
sounds
it. I don't know if
Oh,
I am.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, Lucas called it.
But I don't know if that's where that's where I ended up. But I called it.
Yeah, no, I think you're there. Yeah, I mean, it's those. Some things are sacred.
Ian has said nothing and is just staring out the window this whole time.
Perennial's trying to get somebody to play tic-tac-toe with them because they are bored.
We need to get you like a Nintendo Switch or something. Tic-tac-toe this will not do.
I can't do much with my bare hands, or my tree hands, as it were.
I would love to talk about this while the others do.
Yeah, let's talk about the finer points of shapeshifting, shall we?
Yes, absolutely. And see, look at them. They love to stew. They love it.
No, they don't.
After a few minutes of angry driving, I'm gonna turn down the music and then say, okay, what are we doing when we get there?
I don't know. What was your plan?
I didn't have one.
Oh, this is good then. Planning session. What even is happening there, by the way? Is it like a Congress meeting? I was studying art. I never paid attention in history or civics, or I have no idea. Bueller.
What is the
I'm joking to death.
what is the TLDR of what the bill being discussed is?
It's the Vigilante Protection Act. You guys probably didn't pay too much into. Well, no, you guys are the ones being affected by it, so I don't really know why you wouldn't pay attention to it.
I think kids of today are a little bit more civic minded.
Yeah, probably. Given what their parents went through. Focus on relief efforts, programs to those harmed by vigilante activity. But there is a provision of it that would establish sort of a committee with oversight over the allocation of funds to manage the emergence of superhuman activity, geared mostly towards the Beacon City area.
So are we just gonna like park ourselves outside of the building and be like, yeah, do that thing, we're so nice?
I don't know. That sounds like a really good way to get arrested.
Ooh, what is that like?
Bad.
Why would we be arrested? We're not even doing anything. Wait, are we criminals still?
I don't know.
I also didn't think about the fact that I'm a tree still.
You're
And
not
Rose
a
just
tree.
left.
You're not a tree. Stop saying that.
Well, I don't look like a person that other people expect to see. And Rose is gone, so I immediately regret not having a plan.
Maybe next time you won't just teleport into somebody's car.
I think we can work something out. I think you're thinking too hard about it.
I'm a little limited in what I can do, Lucas.
You are not limited.
I'm pretty limited.
The only limit is within your mind.
Hey, can we have our existential crises like later, please? This is why I came by myself.
Do I have an existential crisis?
But okay, so if we're not standing outside the building, reverse picketing, I guess? Anyone else have any ideas?
I mean, what are we even doing? Are we just going to look around? Are we looking for any person or any thing in particular? Or are we just there to support?
And do we support it?
All I know is that Dr. Ian has something to do with this. He's disguised as a congressman, and something is really bad about this.
Big agree.
So it's a manhunt. We are looking for someone hidden amongst the Conquest people. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I know who he is.
So are we going to wait for like a break in the proceedings and then pick him out of a crowd and deck him? Or what are we doing?
I don't know, Gentry. That's why I got in the car by myself.
I don't understand that logic. Like, if you didn't have a plan, and then like that's
I was
why you left-
going to come up with a plan on
Yeah,
the way
but-
here, but you all teleported into my car
I feel like that's
and
an
started
improvement.
asking me a bunch of questions.
To be fair, you asked the first question to get us started on this discussion, and 4 minds are better than 1. Am I wrong?
Please don't poke me while I'm driving.
I'm not touching you.
Oh my god, you children.
Olivia,
What?
it's going to be all right. We'll figure something out.
Okay.
We always do.
And even when we don't, it just sort of works out enough. And
I mean, do we maybe want to like wait till we get there and see what's going on, and then decide what we're gonna do?
I think so.
Yeah, I guess.
We don't know what we're going to be walking into, so I mean, making plans for completely blank. I don't know. We can't. There's no possible way we can know every single situation we might run into. So let's just get there, and we shall figure it out. But can't we stop at a long dance at some point on this trip?
It's only like an hour drive.
Oh, all right.
I'm not hungry. I just like the toys.
Can you wait until we get to Sacramento?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want the next scene that we have to be picking up with your car kind of slowly pulling up around like a couple streets over from the like big kind of Capitol building. Yours, if we get the window down, Olivia sitting there, Lucas sitting next to her with this like big fast food like big gulp drink and like Happy Meal
like some kind of weird like future fidget spinner or something like that.
yeah
Everybody happy?
And with look at determination, just
and you can see the government building where the Senate convenes. There is a large crowd outside of it, like a big crowd of people like protesting outside the building. A lot of people with signs with like old like comic book hero, like the bat signal, but with like a big red like X across it, and like other people probably. It seems like the general feel of this crowd, probably a couple of stragglers and a couple of people like dissenters among them. The general feel of this crowd is we don't condone superhuman activity or vigilante activity. A lot of the victims of the various attacks.
Oh gosh, a lot of former fireworks employees.
Yeah, all the former fireworks employees. There's actually a lot of fireworks-based signage.
sure. Question.
Yes.
Is there anything like, are people making signs nearby? Still making signs like while they're at the event?
Yeah, I think there's probably some people that are like, like some of the more like well-organized protesters like have like blank signs they're handing to people with like markers and stuff and being like, write something and like getting people like to get into the thing. So yeah, there probably are.
So my thinking is trying to find a can of red spray paint. And if I have to go to like a store to buy some, I can do that. But my plan that I'm going to offer to Perennial is to spray paint a large circle on their torso with a line through it and just pass it off as a cosplayer.
I like it. Yeah, you could superhuman stealth a can of spray paint from somebody.
I also have some other ideas before we
I'm
do
like,
that. I was gonna try and shapeshift my own costume, my own look-alike, a human look-alike look. That's what I'm going for.
So,
Namely, like make the exposed parts of myself into a plant that has like a blackish, brownish stem, and then like some fuzziness, and then like for hair, do a different type of plant, like some sort of stringy sort of vines. Like I'm trying to imitate human skin out of plants.
okay.
like something like a weeping willow, terrifying hair and stuff like that.
No. Like literally, there are like there's a plant called lamb's ear that's soft, like
Oh, yeah,
skin,
yeah. I know.
but like with the coloring of plants that are like black and purple for the leaves and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what I'll say. You do either one of these plans. They will both have their pros and cons to it. Yours is probably not going to hold up too well on close inspection, but from a distance, especially if you have some like baggier clothing or like a hat or a hoodie or something to wear over it, probably be able to blend in with the crowd. Whereas Lucas's he sort of hides in plain sight. But you might draw more attention yourself. So we can go with either one.
So Lucas, if you can get that spray paint, can you get me like a hoodie? But maybe like by spending money and not stealing it off of somebody.
I didn't steal this. I bought this.
Oh, good. Okay, do that again, but with like a hoodie. Could you do that?
Why did you assume that I stole it?
Because Lindsay thought you said you picked it up off the side of the road or something.
No.
My bad.
There are CVS's all around.
Right. Great. Can you do that again, but with a hoodie?
Sure.
Okay. I'll kind of take their perennials rough dimensions and like change into like a body with those kind of dimensions. Go to a store, find something that fits, and then bring it back out.
Okay. You go over to the
like-
nearest Hot Topic and you gather.
It's like, oh, you owe me like $24. So.
Once I get money, I will give it to you.
Is that okay? Yeah, I assume that was part of it.
I'm just trying to say I haven't been able to get money in a while. Thank you.
I'm sure you will if you apply yourself.
All right, what is this Hot Topic hoodie that I got? It's like Invader Zim on it, or what is it?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
All right, Olivia. Ian. What would you like to do? We are here. We have disguises. I'm almost done with my soda. Things are looking up.
I mean, I would absolutely love to be able to get inside and see what's actually going on in there, but
I mean, I could do that, but it would definitely pose possibilities of discovery.
Perhaps I can help out with that.
Yeah, you probably have a way better chance of not being discovered.
So here is my plan.
Please.
I am going to do some Googling, find out, just pick a congressperson, assumes their form, and then I am going to try to pass off the other three as students who are kind of there on as a kind of a work study program sort of thing, like an internship. And However, actually, that's not going to work because I would have to speak to make that happen. So I think I'm just going to assume the form of a congressperson and then just, walk in confidently with the three behind me. I'll buy some coffees at a Starbucks and have them each of them holding 4 coffees in the thing behind me.
Okay. So when you transform to talk, this is like a Magic Brian situation where you can't when you speak, you still sound like the European. I like
that.
I love it. I love that so much, so much. So yeah, you transform yourself. Is everybody going along with this plan? Nobody objecting to it?
I will follow this plan. Also, I have pulled the strings of the hoodie, so it's this much of my face is showing.
Okay, Kenny. So you are wearing a hoodie, and the other two of you are dressed in your normal teenage grunge.
Hey, I don't dress grungy, so.
Oh, okay.
Slow down.
Hold it.
All right. And then to kind of to help out, I'm gonna have a phone against my ear that I borrowed from either Ian or Olivia, and also kind of a coffee in one hand, and I'll just be pretending to be listening to someone talking. If anyone kind of tries to talk, I'll just be
Yeah. Okay. So you guys have your coffee, your ludicrous amount of coffee with the three of you carrying trays.
I assume it's we're bringing coffees to everyone who's in
to the congressman, his staff, probably.
Yeah.
So what's the name of the congressman that you, or the state senator that you are that you're transferred into? So since you Googled it, you can come up with the name.
All right. No, silly. Oh gosh, I'm almost kicking my computer out again. I'm gonna say, Tucker. No, that's a real. Nah. Ugh. I'm gonna say, let's just say James Cooper.
Okay, so you're Senator James Cooper, Senator Cooper. Okay, so you head up to the Capitol building through the protesters. Well, no, probably not through, but probably you guys come up somewhat around the building. So you're like around security. I think a lot of the security as you're approaching sees you, recognizes you, doesn't stop you, but you get up to the main entrance of the building and to the security station there with the metal detectors. And as you're approaching, one of the security guards that's there behind the desk says, Senator Cooper, I thought you were already inside. Are these three with you?
And I'll take a sip of coffee and there.
Please, sir, you can go through. The three, do you have credentials? Your badges with you?
Turns panicked eyes to Olivia.
According to the senator and his staff, it was a coffee emergency, so we may have left them inside.
Perennial awkwardly does that thing of should I pat their back or am I not allowed to do that?
You go to pat their back and a bunch of security, get down, don't touch the center. No.
Sorry,
okay.
I know it's a huge inconvenience for you, but you know how they are.
Let's see. I'm
Get it, girl.
I'm going to have you roll to. It feels like provoke someone. It is actually the more accurate role for the situation, because you're trying to get them to let you in. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. So I'm gonna have you.
Me?
Yeah, because you're sort of the one
Okay.
leading here. I'm gonna give you a +1 to the roll for the assistance of coughing Senator Cooper.
I have a -2 now.
Yikes.
I had a -3.
Yeah.
Before we do this, is this qualify as like a team point gathering thing?
Yeah, you could use team points here, if needed. Which you have, whatever you have left over, those are still.
I think we have 2 left. Is that what you said, Alex? Cool.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
So roll those bones.
Biggity, 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 biggity bones.
Well, that's a 6.
It could be a lot worse though, because you only have to do one team.
Yeah.
So I need one assistance from either Lambat or from either Ian or Perennial.
I think Ian is going to take one of the coffees and just hand it to the security guy and say, "Here, we got you one too."
Okay. Yeah, I'll say that's sweetening the pot here. So you get that. So at a 7 and 9, they can instead choose one. Okay, hold on. Make sure they go there for NPCs on 10 plus. They rise the bay. Do you want on 7 and 9? They instead choose one. They stumble. 2 plus 1 here. So. I was reading that again. I guess it says they choose. So I guess I choose for them which one they do. So yeah, I'll say given the situation you have here, they err, you gain a critical opportunity, is what happens here. I think is the most effective way to do this. Here's what I think happens. They take the security guards. That's really nice of you. All right, I'll let you in this once. Make sure you have your badges on the way out, though. I'm gonna need you all to sign in. And he hands you a clipboard.
I sign a fake name.
Okay.
Also fake name.
Gentry
No.
panics and does their actual name from when they were a person.
Okay. He takes the collar back. He's like, all right, you better get in there then. I'm sure the senator's wanted somewhere.
Thank you.
Are you still coughing? And drink some water, please, sir.
Merci.
He gives a very strange look at you as you go through the metal detectors.
Man of the world, right?
Are any of you carrying anything? I assume none of you are carrying anything like suspicious on you that would set off the metal detectors, other than just like belts and jewelry and stuff like that. Okay, so you go through and you are in the building.
Thanks, Ian.
He doesn't say anything. Just kind of nods and keeps carrying on with the coffee.
Okay.
And I bloop into a form that matches the security guard now.
All right. As you round the corner, you turn to the form of the security guard. Where would you like to go? So you have it's pretty busy in here. Actually, you probably have to duck somewhere a little bit quieter, like off into like a restroom or something to change back. A lot of people, a lot of staffers that are kind of going up and down the halls right now, very West Wing right now. And there is obviously the big Senate Hall signs leading to that, and then the various offices of the senators. So where do you want to go? It looks like the Senate is in recess currently. So the senators are either walking around or in their offices.
So are we just trying to pinpoint our guy?
You said you know where they are.
Well, I know
Where
what
should we
he
go
looks like, so.
Okay. So do you know what their name is?
Do I?
We can say with a cursory Google search of your state senators, which you should know all of them, kids. You just kind of search through until you find the picture of the one that you are familiar with, and it is State Senator Harold Davidson.
That's him.
sort of older looking, portly gentleman.
All right, I think that we can track this down. I mean, are they convening at the moment, or like they're about to convene? Is that
They're currently on recess, so it looks like they have they're not currently, or they're not currently in session, so they're not currently convening.
okay? So, do you want to try to confront this person in the office, or do you want to wait until they are going to go back in session and catch them on the way?
I don't know. I just want to know what he's up to.
All right. Are there any security cameras that we can see? Perhaps I would like to use some alien tech and try to hack into the system and use it to find this person.
As long as we don't have to go to another dimension again.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for your alien tech.
Okay, I try to find a like a slight alcove, but I mean, depending on this roll, it doesn't matter. I roll now a 9.
9. Okay.
So I will just to remind, on a hit, the device does something impossible at once and then fizzles. So it's just the partial part of it is that it's temporary.
Okay. So this is going to give you the bonus. Temporary being sort of tenuous. It is working for the moment. Probably won't work very long. But you find an alcove. You snake your way into the system, finding some sort of way to like jack into the closed circuit like television feed for the cameras, and you now have picture of all of them on your whatever your device is that you carry with you, the phone.
Yeah, so I think like with the alien device, like it has like a projector, and I can like just put it on the wall and have all the screens up, so like everyone can look at it as well.
Yes, I like that. And now all the cameras are giving off that strange like alien glow, just subtle enough that nobody else noticed it, but you guys can see all them kind of twitching in unison.
So, do you see him anywhere?
As you're looking over, it takes you a few moments, but then you catch on the second floor, kind of rounding a corner. The camera itself probably feed of like west, like the eastern like wing. There you see Senator Davidson.
Let's see, and I'm gonna take that, expand it. Do I know, like, is there like an ID of this or this camera that we can like kind of lock down, like what room or wing or floor?
Yeah. You can triangulate him using the camera feeds and the ones he's picked up on as he's making his way. Looks like he is heading back to his office.
I think we know. It looks, judging by his movements at the moment and cross-referencing that with the layout of this building, I think he might be heading back to the office.
Do we want to go to there?
I want to talk to him.
Do you want us there with you?
I wanted you there with me. I would have invited you on the road trip, but you're here now, so.
Now, why didn't you want us here? Do you think we're gonna mess it up?
No. I just didn't want to put you guys in any more danger than I already have. Any of you. And you guys can tell me that's crap all you want.
No, I mean, that's kind of why we're doing what we're doing, right?
Well, I know at least one of you thinks it's crap, so.
It's not crap, I just can't stand to watch you be this self-sacrificing. we're here to support you because we care about you. Because I care about you.
I mean, it's kind of what we're doing. We're doing the hero thing to protect people from needless risk. So, Olivia, I'm kind of, in a weird way, happy that you feel that way. But also, we're stronger together. And we don't want anything to happen to you either.
This is a very beautiful moment that we are going to miss if we don't go to the office right here.
That's a really good point. We should, yeah.
Thanks,
Beat
guys.
feet. There we go.
It's what friends do.
Hug.
You all hug the security guard at the alcove as one of the dappers walks by with some coffee in hand and sees this and just quickly continues walking.
Thanks for bringing us to work, Uncle Jack. This is super cool.
Yeah, I always wanted to see where are we? The Capitol building?
I don't. Yeah, we should go.
Probably change forms. I'm going to get this guy fired.
Another one bites the dust.
So I'm gonna bloop into Lucas, high school Lucas,
Okay. So you all
but wearing a nice suit.
yeah, I mean, since you're all in the building, and I don't think anyone really cares about the kids running around as long as you're not like drawing attention to yourselves, you make your way up the stairwell into the second floor, right in the corner to the east wing, where you find yourselves pretty quickly outside of the office of Senator Harold Davidson.
So just so you guys know really quick, like a long time ago, I did modify this guy's memory, so like I'm pretty sure he's not gonna recognize my face.
Oh, should we go inside now and then sit in the chair, and once they walk in, we spin around slowly?
I mean, I guess you can do that if it would make you happy.
He's probably already in his office.
I think he's already there.
You guys spent a long time hugging.
We spent a long time hugging.
It was a good heart to heart.
opportunity. Although, to be fair, I don't know how we could have all fit in that chair.
Oh, also, Sean, I was going to ask, so the influence thing, you can take advantage of your influence over someone, surrender the influence you hold over them to choose one. But I was wondering if that could be in a positive spin, because like inflict a condition on them is one of the choices. Could I spend my influence after a tender heart to heart and have someone clear a condition?
Maybe a guilty condition?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's your world, my dude.
I know. I'm just checking something here.
I'm just appealing to your heart, sir.
I do only have one condition now.
So strange condition.
It's been a long couple of days for Olivia.
I mean, in the case of what's going on here, I'm double checking the condition. Which is the condition you have right now? You said guilty.
I have guilty. I just assumed you were talking about me, but
I was. And I was specifically talking about either guilty or angry or insecure were the ones that I was thinking would work.
I got rid
Yeah.
of angry by breaking things, and I got rid of insecure by taking foolhardy action without talking to your team.
Perfect. So I was thinking of guilty.
Yeah, I'll let you cure guilty with that if you want to.
Sweet. I felt like I curated my words perfectly, so thank you.
Yeah, well, and to clear guilty, you also make a sacrifice to solve your guilt. And while this is sort of a minor sacrifice, deciding not to go in alone and going with your friends and sort of doing that, I think, is a little bit of a sacrifice for Olivia. Not just going in guns blazing.
Yeah. And I was hoping being like, no, your heart was in the right place. Like, you technically did a good, but we're also here for you. I hope that would be like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, I can't think of the word. Never mind. Go on.
Okay, so you're outside the office. What do
So
you do?
I did technically modify like part of his memory, so he might not recognize my face. But everything else he still remembers. If I remember correctly, that was a very long time ago that I did that, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
I wasn't there, but that's really cool that you did that thing. don't think he knows who I am.
You shouldn't know any of us out of our costumes.
Yeah.
Perfect. We are all out of costume. This just occurred to me. Y'all want some quick, like, hippie masks? I can make you some quick little hippie masks.
I think Ian actually pulls out just like the stereotypical, what's it called? The domino eye mask. That's just like a generic mask. I mean, I brought this along just in case, but I don't think we need it yet.
Fair.
I just want to see if he'll talk to me.
Yeah, maybe let's just knock and be like, hi, Senator. We are curious kids.
Constituents, even.
Yeah. Let's do that.
So you push open the door of the office and head inside. There is like a little like kind of reception area in the office, and then there's a door that leads back to the actual like senator's office there. There is currently a younger man sitting behind the desk, and he stands up and goes, I'm sorry, the senator doesn't have any appointments scheduled. Can I help you kids?
Yeah, we're here to talk to him.
Well, he's pretty busy with the vote today. We don't really have any time to speak. We appreciate you coming out. And then you hear a voice from the side that says, "Oh, it's all right, Henry. I'm sure that they'll these kids have come a long way." You see the portly man, the Senator Harold Davidson, comes strolling out, says, "These kids have come a long way to speak with me. I'm sure that whatever they have to say is very important. So why don't you tell me what you're here for, kids?"
We'd like to talk to you about the vote and your thoughts.
A lot of people want to talk to me about the vote right now. What are your thoughts on the vote then?
Listen, Senator, with all due respect, I know you don't have a lot of time today to be having this conversation, and frankly, neither do I. So as your constituent and concerned member of the Beacon City citizenry, I'd like you to tell me how you're going to vote and why.
Oh, well, of course, I'll tell you. I plan to vote in favor of the amendment. I think it's a fine and upstanding thing to take care of the people of the city and making us a little bit safer.
That's it?
Well, I go more of the specifics of the amendment if you'd like, but
I love that.
All right then. Henry, why don't you go downstairs and tell them I'm going to be a bit, since I'm talking with these youngsters here, and I'll be after you in a bit. And Henry sort of nods and says, "Okay, Senator," and leaves the room. And the gentleman says, "Well, you see, I support the defensive measures that are needed to keep our cities safe. And, well, with the recent attacks going on, we need some legislation like this to tighten up security around especially the Beacon City area, keep more of these terrible attacks that have befallen our kind people from happening again."
Even though you were part of one of those attacks?
I honestly have no idea what you're talking about.
I didn't think you'd remember me. Dr. Ian.
Dr. Ian, I'm afraid you have me mistaken for someone else.
I don't think so.
And who is this Dr. Ian that you're mistaking me for?
Can I make an insight check?
Pierce the mask?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, Pierce the Mask roll is appropriate. I do kind of want to hear a response, though. So go ahead. You can roll mundane if you'd like. But go ahead, Olivia.
Sorry, she rolled. I didn't know if you wanted to resolve
No,
that.
I want you to go ahead and resolve your thing first, and then your
Okay.
conversation.
Listen. I think you know why we're here. I honestly just came in to see if you would talk to me. But I want to know what you're really up to. And you're not going to leave this office until you do.
Honey, I'm sure that you're aware that threatening a senator, that's not a good thing for someone of your age to be doing. I mean,
It's
I
not a
understand that
threat.
you're pretty worked up right now, but
It's not a threat, Doctor. It is me standing up
In front of a boy.
for something I believe in and against something that I think is wrong and against a villain who is putting my city in danger. I would like to use one of my moves if I
Okay.
can. It's called Bolstered, and I would like to mark my doom track to use an adult move one time, and I want to use stand up for something.
okay. So
So
okay,
is it him?
well, you're gonna have to ask one of the questions. You get to ask one question from the 5 on the list.
Great. I'd like to ask, what are you really planning?
Okay. And I want this to coincide with the role that move that you're using. Stand up for something.
I have to roll Savior.
Okay, roll savior.
Okay. Please be good. 8. Okay.
Okay, you get to choose one from that list.
So on a 7 to 9, choose one. I want to choose listeners can't keep doing what they're doing.
All right, I like the two of these. Okay, so you're asking what he is planning. What do you intend to do? Is that what you're asking?
What are you really planning?
What are you really planning? Okay, as you're watching this conversation happening, I think you notice one thing that sort of stands out to you, Perennial. There's like a display case behind where the senator is standing, with some medals and pictures of like family and stuff. But in one of the photos that is there, you catch the reflection of the senator's hand, which is behind his back, which is beginning to form like a glowing ball of like energy in it. And you're getting the idea that he's really planning to defend himself if necessary. And then at that moment, as Olivia has that line, he says, still in the same visage, it says, "I remember you now. Olivia,
Malcolm.
that is a neat trick you pulled. I assume these are the rest of your friends here."
Some of them.
What? I thought we were legit just talking to a senator about our concerns.
She has a lot of friends.
The rest of the superhero squad, the vigilantes.
We came to talk.
Well, we're talking then.
What are you up to?
Exactly what I said I was up to. I'm planning on making sure this legislation passes.
Why? All you ever wanted was to have powers.
And I do.
You just don't want people to be able to use them?
I think he holds the hand with the energy forward, and like you can see this glowing ball of like fire in his hand, like mixed with this shadow, and he holds it there, kind of like spinning it between his fingers, and he says, "I have plenty of powers now, but what I don't have," and he snuffs it out, "is real power. Now I do. Some of it. This bill is going to pass, and things are going to change. It might benefit you at first. So, enjoy it. You get the win on this one.
What about after the at first?
Well, I don't know how you're going to feel about this next part. You'll just have to find out. Now, if you'd excuse me, I have a vote to get to. I think he
looks around confused.
kind of begins to move towards the door.
Ian stands in front of the door.
No, son, you're not going to attack a state senator in his own office.
No, I'm not. But you're gonna have to assault one of your constituents to get out of this office.
Looks over to Olivia and the rest of you. Says, is this really the way you want to do this?
I'm sorry. I know this is a weird time to ask this, but what is this person actually been elected?
Yeah, I think so.
They just pretending.
They're
I mean,
just-
yeah.
they're
Wait a
pretending.
second. It's a crime to impersonate a senator.
Well, you can certainly go out there and make your case then if you think you can convince anyone that I mean, you can look identical to him if you want.
No, I don't. I think I'm still trying to get like confirmation because like whether he was actually elected or not really will affect how Lucas behaves.
He is actually he is impersonating an elected official. You don't know what happened
Yeah.
to the real Senator
Okay.
Davidson, as far as you know.
Guys, we have to let him go.
Okay. Are we okay?
I came here to talk, and that's what we did.
All right.
Ian. Please.
It's a couple more seconds before stepping to the side and with a very sarcastic, after you.
He moves out the door and he says, "Good boy." And
Can I try and surreptitiously, just like as he walks past me out the door, just toss a seed on his jacket?
okay.
Maybe like a little burr, just a little something to stick there.
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay.
Is he gone?
Yes.
You have to let him get back to the Senate floor. And we're gonna need Rose.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
My phone's busted, so guess you better call her up.
Of course it is. I call Rose and see what she'll answer.
Get on the phone. What?
Can you go somewhere quieter for a second?
I think it's instantly quieter. Yeah.
Are you having a good time at the festival?
Yeah. This isn't what you're calling. What do you want?
No, I need your help. Just for like 5 minutes, and then you can go back.
All right. But you're going to owe me one.
You teleported a bunch of people into my car.
So?
You put my literal life in danger today, Rose. I don't think I owe you one.
Well, I got to get back to this concert then. So,
Fine. Jesus.
all right. What do you need?
I need to cause a big scene on the floor of the state senate and expose someone who's impersonating a senator and maybe get him arrested.
Yikes. All right, sounds fun. Where are you at?
The senate?
Never been there. Can you send me a photo or something?
Yeah, hang on. Hey, just Google it.
Let me take a selfie.
Well, I could go to the building.
Okay, I'll take.
Are you the building?
Are you a jerk? I will take a picture of the office and send it.
Okay. After you send it, there's like a very brief pause, and then suddenly there's an echo in your phone as it's, I'm here, and she's standing like right where the photo was taken.
Great. You look a little.
Click.
Are you wearing sunscreen?
No. What are you, my mom? Okay, let's go. What are we doing?
Basically, I think we're gonna bust onto the floor of the Senate and accuse a senator of being an imposter, and then I want you to negate all of his powers because he has secret powers and is Dr. Ian impersonating a senator. Like a fun way to spend your afternoon, right?
Okay.
Cool.
Sure. Yeah. I can do it. What are you guys are you guys just gonna be chilling in here?
No, I was gonna bust in and make a big declaration like, that man is an imposter!
That was pretty good.
Thank you.
That's fair.
Not your
All
first.
right.
Yeah.
Should I wear my normal costume for this? Do we want it to know it's the vigilantes exposing a senator or some?
That's what I was thinking.
Cool. Be right
Yeah,
back.
that's a good thing to do, right?
She disappears for a second
All right.
and then reappears with her costume.
Okay.
Did you bring ours?
No. Did you want yours? Oh my god. Okay. I'll be right back.
I love her so much.
Disappears and brings your costumes back with you. So you all change in the senator's office.
I have a belt now. I look
Yes.
exactly the same, but I have a belt.
There your belt.
Do we let Rose know that she has a new costume?
What is this?
Also, are you not not wearing the hoodie anymore?
Oh no, I'm just the exact same, but now I also have a belt.
What I just spent $26
I'm still
on?
wearing it. I'm still wearing it.
Okay.
The
Fine,
hoodie's not part of the costume. What is the? I love it, but it's
Kiki
not.
made it.
Okay. All right. So 3, 2, 1, go.
I guess unless anyone else has a better idea.
I mean, I threw a burr on his jacket, so in case of emergency, I can transfer my consciousness to the plant that's on his jacket and follow him if he gets away.
Cool.
Can you tell when he's at the podium?
I'm not psychic.
Okay. So here's what I want to do. This is a bit different because we're running a long time and we don't have time for like a big ordeal. But
That's where you thought this day was gonna go?
no, I love it. This is not too far from what I thought. So do you guys all want to teleport in together?
Unless we think Ian kicking down a door is a better entrance.
We could kick down a door, make a big declaration.
Like that gif of Obama kicking the door open in the
We could do that.
Well, we could teleport in, kick the door from the inside out.
We'll teleport in, but Ian will kick the door and then we'll come out from both sides. I think we
double
should.
door entrance.
No, I think we should just teleport.
Yeah. I think it's a little less aggressive to just teleport in.
Yeah. Not going to be
Hopefully.
big fans of us if we cause property damage.
True.
Which is
Okay.
our MO.
True.
You know, to be fair, every time we cause collateral damage, I make a point of saying that Perennial grows some some plants to help support buildings and assist in the reconstruction efforts. I'm just saying.
But do those pass codes? Do
That-
they pass codes?
No, they don't.
We
You're-
teleport in.
Yes.
I want to know what happens.
All right. So here's what happens. All of you gather here with your costumes on, getting psyched, doing whatever you do to psych yourself up. And in an instant, you're gone. But we're going to pan away out the window and through the SoCal sky, NorCal sky. I don't know where Sacramento is. NoCal sky. I don't know. I've reorganized the geographic layout of California at this point in my mind.
Yeah, well, the tectonic plates have shifted by this point.
Yeah. Enough earthquakes. All the cities are just kind of right nestled in the middle. And we see Beacon City. Serene, peaceful, the people carrying on the late winter, kind of early January at this point. And we come to a kind of the people walking along the sidewalk with a small dog, and they go past a like electronics store, and there is a television in the window with a news broadcast, and we see in that news broadcast scroll across the bottom of the screen as we see images that says Senate in chaos, superhuman infiltrator exposed, and we get the visuals of the camera footage as the vigilantes appear in the center of the Senate, and there's this everybody kind of standing at once, and this mass panic that ensues. And you see Rose hold out a hand, and you watch as Senator Harold Davidson's form kind of morphs and changes and shapes down to Dr. Malcolm Ian again. And there is this flash of light, and suddenly there is Olivia colliding with Dr. Ian in the air as they let off these blasts of energy. And there's this fight that ensues. And we're just getting little snippets of it, and then there is this a mugshot of Dr. Malcolm Ian, and a little bit of the charges from mentioning the prior attack on City Hall, and the bit of the scrolling text you get on the bottom is vote postponed. And there is the text comes across again, and it says, President declares state of emergency, National Guard deployed to California. And as we pan back out kind of across the street, you see outside the police station, the Beacon City PD, you catch a trail or a train or a caravan of 6 black SUVs come peeling up and stopping suddenly outside of the Beacon City Police Department. And the doors open as a few figures step out from these dark black vehicles. One of them, a tall man with crew cut black hair, wearing dark shades, looks around for a moment, looks at the building, and sort of straightens his jacket as he turns around. You see his blue jacket with the letters FBI printed across the back. And he, along with a few other agents wearing similar jackets, go very quickly walking into the building. And that is where we are going to end our session here for tonight. GG, everyone. GG.
GG.
So I know that was a weird way to end it because of the lead up to the fight, but I think that was pretty cool. I don't know how you guys feel.
It was cool. I'm just stressed.
And we can play out some of that later and talk about that more. But for now, that's going to be the end of our session. Let me get my choir music going. Thank you for joining us for this game. We'll be back in 2 weeks where Ryan will be picking up with whatever strange adventures we will get into next. I want to just one more time plug some of our shows that are coming up. We had over the last week, first episode of Matropony, a game that, or a sort of video game series that Savannah and I are doing, where we play cheap or free to play, like co-op or multiplayer or MMO games, and we rag on them pretty hard. It's a lot of fun.
Only if they're bad.
Only if they're bad.
Or make us
We also
spend an
support
hour
them.
setting up.
Yeah, that too. I don't know. We're playing. We're settling between two games right now, and they're both just wonderfully
Exciting.
exciting at the prospects. But we'll be here next Thursday for that. We will also, or we also had our last session of our episode of Cyberscape go up on Wednesday, yesterday, and because that one was so late, we're going to have the next episode go up next Wednesday. So you get back-to-back episodes of Cyberscape. So check those out. We're having a lot of fun making that, trying out some new things, and you can kind of catch the Dungeon World system a little bit, but leading up to next Monday, the return of Wild Space, which is also is going to be the second season of our hit show with space and schlorps and monsters and all the good stuff. And then between now and then, we also have Lords of Misrule on Saturday, our gangsters and mobsters and monsters D&D game. It's going to be at 3 o'clock Eastern time, right here on Game Nights. As always, check out our YouTube. If you missed any of our videos, you can catch the VODs if you are a subscriber. So benefits to subscribing. And you can check out all of our announcements and everything else on Twitter. I think that's it. I think I've plugged everything I can plug. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you soon. And until next time, good game and good night, Internet.
Good night, Internet.
Stay wonderful.
you